Welcome to these clips that we've put together to try to answer some of the questions that we get from the diocese regarding the annual returns. This page that you're seeing now is for your reference. Doesn't have to be sent back, it's just points that you've noted as you walk around the church and the action you've taken to alleviate some of the problems you might have noticed. So we look at the pro forma that you need to complete and return to the diocese. Let me say at the outset that you don't need any qualifications as a builder or as a quantity surveyor or any other qualification regarding the building. This is simply what you see, and you have to mark it 1 to 4 or not applicable, and 1 is excellent and 4 is poor. So as you walk around your church, you look at the boundary wall and the railings. Perhaps you notice there's a gap and you make a note of that. You say what condition it's all in, and on the other page that we've just shown you, you make a note of what you're going to do or what you have done. The same applies for each of these. For the roof, please don't climb ladders. Just look from the ground level. Have a look at the roof. If the slate's slipped, if the slate's missing, then again make a note of that and what you're going to do about it. The electrical system, well, in the quinquennial report, and as part of that, we have an electrical inspection, but that's only every 5 years. So if something's happening with your electrics, like the trip switch goes when you switch on a part of the church lighting, then get it seen to, because it could be a fire hazard. Our heating systems, of course, you will be, like every church, having your heating system overhauled every year. Bells and bell frames, again, you need an expert to tell you what these are like, but with a view you can see whether the wood or the metal is deteriorating. And then all the others, health and safety policy, down here. If you haven't got one, if you go to our insurers, ecclesiastical, they will give you one, and all you have to do is put your church name in. Fire risk assessment, you just need to do that yourself. It's where being sensible about what goes on in the church, especially around lighted candles and other things. Asbestos survey and management plan. Again, you just need to have a look. And if you suspect there's asbestos in your building, then you just need to double check that with someone who knows. But with asbestos, it's only a danger if you start to tamper with it. So leave it well alone unless you need to replace it. And if you need to replace it, then get the experts to do it. Lightning conductor testing, this should be done because it can invalidate our insurance if it hasn't been tested and is not in working order and we have a lightning strike. Memorial safety check, many of us call that the wobble test. We don't expect you to go to great lengths, but we do expect that you go around the churchyard and test that each headstone is secure so that it's in no danger of falling on anyone who visits our churchyards. Any loose headstones you need to lay flat on the ground, but you need to inform the family of what you are doing, and the headstone is their property, not our property, so they must make it safe. You should also have done a disability access audit. This is where we should have ramped access into the church and church grounds, and how we deal with the disabled within our churches. This is common sense, and that's all it needs, a little bit of common sense. And so we come over to what might be things you can just tick. Is the church open? Or is it locked? Is the key available? Remember, if you've had a grant from CADU or any other public body, they will expect the church either to be open or for a sign in the porch or somewhere, in the lich gate or on the church door, which tells people where they can get access, where they can get the key. Ecclesiastical insurance cover us for our churches to be open. as long as we've taken those precautions to put away some of our valuables. It's just a simple report on the fabric. We don't expect an expert opinion on any of this.